Hi YouTube, we're recording this live on stream. We just got a blog post update, actually two blog posts about what's coming next week. So we don't have the patch notes for the mid-season update yet. I made a video about this. The campfire chat was pretty terrible in my book, but maybe the patch notes will save that. I expect them tomorrow, so we'll have an update again for you then most likely. Here we have the booster event and the mid-season event that's coming, and also an announcement for the next campfire chat coming next week. So I want to go through this real quick. So if you have not heard this yet, in the campfire chat I already talked about this. There is going to be a eternal character boost. It starts on November 19. There doesn't seem to be an expiry date or so. It's like a welcome back booster. So basically, if you haven't played, then, you know, if you come back from like season 1 or something, or your friends that haven't played or something like that, they want to give people a bit of an incentive to blast. And you're gonna get one free boost to level 50. You can select 1 out of 3 builds for your class, get some legendaries, get a tree, everything like kind of laid out for you. And you get all the altars and a bunch of materials and stuff. So the big thing here for existing players probably is the altars. So if you have never done that for some reason, then now you get those. But you can also use this, for example, on hardcore. So if you're generally a softcore enjoyer, then you can just make this boost on hardcore, you get all your altars, and then you have an easier time finishing the renown later on. So this is really like the big thing about this. You get 2 of those boosts if you have Vessel of Hated. So you can do this as well, like you can actually boost 2 characters, but again, remember this is only on the Eternal Realm. So for like regular, like, you know, active players, not really too interesting, I'd say, but it's something. So this might be kind of like the little nudge that some people, you know, may need here to like get back into the game or something. Kind of a cool little thing. There's also, I think mentioned here somewhere, you can try out the Spiritborn for limited time. So again, for people that don't have the expansion, between November 19 and December 2, you get to play the Spiritborn for free up to level 25. And then you can actually continue a character if you buy the expansion afterwards. So this is another thing that they're starting here next week with the mid-season patch. So pretty nice stuff. Then we also have, there's a little summary of basically all of the things that changed since the launch of the game. And, you know, like everything that happened there. And we get a red cloaked horror again. This was the Christmas event last year. But it looks a bit different. So last time it was pretty disappointing, where you just like kind of like ran around on fractured peaks and did events. Maybe those events are still there. This is actually not specifically mentioned here, but TLDR, they buffed Gilligan's Brew, which is this elixir they can get from this. There was also like reward track, similar to like the season theme stuff that we got in the past, where you can like unlock some stuff and some transmogs. So I guess that is still there. And you get this new elixir here. So this is actually a pretty powerful one. It's a 20% damage buff. It sounds like a multiplier, so basically the strongest potion in the game for every build, kind of. It also gives you extra herbs and crafting mats and 15% XP instead of 8. So that is kind of strong here. So we're going to try to stack up a bunch of these, especially if you play the season actively for the rest of the season. You want to have a bunch of those left over after the event, so you can keep popping these when you do the pits and stuff. So that's pretty nice, and you get them from like various sources. So there's going to be the red cloaked horror, which is this guy here. It's like basically like a little boss that pops up either from those events or in Helltide, in Infernal Hordes. Instead of a Hellborn, he can spawn in Helltides, for example. He can ambush you in dungeons, so probably also a little bit like a butcher. So basically in various places you can find this guy, and it's not just the Fractured Peaks outdoor events. So I think that's actually a pretty good like upgrade here for this event, which last time was somewhat meh, to be honest. So this is nice. And you also have here this Midwinter Square thing. Exactly, this is in Shard. You can go there and you can look at your reward track and you get a bunch of stuff there, and including some transmogs and so on, if you haven't gotten those last time. So this is it. And we also have the Mother's Blessing coming back, which is funny because it just ended last week, I believe, but we get it again for 1 week on November 19 together with the mid-season patch and this midwinter event. Mother's Blessing will last for only 1 week. The midwinter event will last until 3rd of December, so it's 2 weeks. So it doesn't actually last through like the entire Christmas holidays or something. So it's starting with the mid-season patch. Everything here is coming with the mid-season patch, basically, including Mother's Blessing. We get another XP buff and a gold buff, and yeah, you have like another, like, you know, bit of an upgrade here to your experience gains. Yeah, this is basically coming here with the mid-season patch. As I mentioned, we don't have the patch notes just yet, but we'll see probably tomorrow about those. And lastly, the campfire chat 2.1 Season 7 is going to be on November 21, 11 a.m. PST. So this is like 8 p.m. CET. Basically in exactly 1 week from now, we're gonna hear about Season 7. So this is gonna be just 2 days after the patch. And while the mid-season patch doesn't really look like crazy good or something just yet, maybe there's going to be some surprises in the patch notes, but really what we're looking for is the Season 7 update here. So I think this is going to be like a probably huge turnaround, judging from how bad the previous Campfire was. It can only be that, hopefully, and we'll see if they have been cooking for some good Season 7 stuff. So yeah, I'm going to keep you guys posted about this here as soon as it goes live. You're going to be watching this on stream, as always, and then we'll see what comes out of it. But I also expect that we're going to see the PTR very soon, probably on the 3rd of December. They have not given us a date, but they said it's going to be right after the Thanksgiving holidays. Thanksgiving, I think, is on the 28th. And then really the only way would be the 3rd of December, which would leave us like 3 to 4 days before PoE comes. So we would actually have time to squeeze in the PTR there and then blast some PoE later. But yeah, this is it basically. See, I'll link this in the description as well if you want to read up on the blog post, but there's not really too much extra info. It's just like, the few little details here, but you can also go check it out for yourself. That's it for now. So hope you enjoyed this little summary and see you guys next time.